and welcome to the Financial Freedom Now Show. My name is Toyin Odari, and today is an unusual recording, but it actually aligns well with the topic we're discussing, which is stop making excuses. Now, the reason why I've actually come up with this topic is because I'm living what I am talking to you guys about. Now, I have just been on a workshop for the last 2 days, and it's been pretty hectic, very, very busy with our development. So I'm a property developer, and the week before was holiday with the kids, and it's just been back to back. Now, if you're new here, you'll be wondering, what am I rattling on? My name is Toyin Odari. As I said, it's the Financial Freedom Now Show, and we talk about all things financial freedom and how we can get you from where you are to where you want to be, living your amazing and best life. And today we're going to be talking about stop making excuses, hence why I gave you that little intro. Now, the intro will obviously come about the fact that I am recording this. If you do not know, for those of you that are watching this, you will notice that I am in a car, and this is not my usual studio. This is not my usual environment, but it means that I can still bring the amazing content to you that I know that will be of value. And it is pretty much the same thing as I said, stop making excuses. Now, I easily could make excuse that it's not a convenient time for me to record, it's not gonna look right, it's not the greatest background I want you guys to have, and all of the excuses that I will be well entitled to making. However, I thought actually I would do the recording, so I literally got into my car and I actually drove off, and I thought, and during the day, one of my team actually reached out to say, oh, we need a particular content from you, and I was like, well, it's been back to back. I've been very, very busy on the business, and I so obviously cannot do this. Now, obviously, don't get me wrong, I can be better planning. Between my team and I, there could be better organization in terms of knowing that we have enough backlog content for you lots, which obviously is something we're working on. And I try to make these things real. Normally we would have, it's been a while. I think I missed my last recording studio because again something else came up, but we would not normally would have backlog content, and unfortunately somehow we've missed that. We do not have anything, and I think in the conversation today we realized there is none. Now, I could have made an excuse that it was my team's fault, or I could have made an excuse to say, well, it's been really busy, and this is working on the business is really what's important, and so I cannot go ahead and do anything further. However, none of those things would have made sense, and I would just be making excuses as to why there'll be no recording. Now, I have realized, and my journey in business has taught me that if there's any time to actually make money, if you're serious about being in business, if you're serious about being financially free, you've got to quit making excuses. Now, how many times do we make excuses about our life and why we are in the situation we are in, and why we're not paying the bills, why we're not making the sales, why we're not getting that promotion at work, why we're not achieving the dreams and the goals that we've set out at the beginning of the year? We're not even losing weight, if that's one of your goals, or whatever it is. How many times are you making excuses about the things that you have told yourself that you will do, and think it's okay to continue to make excuses? I'll let that sink in. How many times would you make excuses about not meeting your goal, whatever that is? One of the things I said to myself is, I'm the one person I do not want to fail. I do not want to fail myself, because if I fail myself, I don't care about failing others, but if I fail myself once, twice, I make a habit, and it all of a sudden is okay to fail myself. I don't ever want to fail myself, because I think I'm one of the most important people that matters in my life, that I've got to make sure that I am true to, that I stay honorable, stay accountable to, because I know that if I can train myself to know that I do not want to fail myself, the truth is I am the one constant thing that's always going to be there, right? So how many times are you going to make excuses? Now, it is my podcast, it is my show, it is my business, it is my job, it's my everything, whatever it is that you got. So an analogy that I always say is your goalpost, you can move it at any point in time. But a lot of times we know that truly the reasons why we're moving our goalpost every single time is not because we really need to, it's just an excuse to get out of the plan that you've made to yourself, which really sucks. It is the reason you are not being successful at the thing you want to do. It's the reason why you're not at your happiest self. It is the reason why those around you might feel like it's boring being around you. So, like the title says, stop making excuses. We've all heard it, start now, get perfect later. Stop making excuses. I would rather show up to you guys in a not the usual setting, not the best setting, or in whatever it looks like. And make sure that I show up than not show up at all. I am not about to allow myself give up on myself yet again. Because don't get me wrong, I have done it a few times and I have been tired and upset with myself. Work that's had to go into bringing myself back up is a lot more than actually showing up half full or not the best way, or showing up in a way that is not the greatest. Because yes, some of you would not like the fact that this has not been fully edited, fully recorded, done in the usual studio. So maybe 1% of you would not like it, but the rest of you would look past that and listen to what it has to say. So my question to you is, when are you going to stop making excuses and go for your goals? When are you going to stop making excuses about anything in your life? I think if you sat yourself down and look at what it is that you want to achieve and why you want to achieve it, you will understand and agree with me that you are worth every goal that you set. You're worth every single thing. And so you should stop making excuses. Stop making excuses for the bad relationships in your life. Stop making excuses for the bad friendships you've got. Stop making excuses for the job, for the bad financial situation that you are. Rather than making excuses, face it head on, attack it, deal with the issue, because it's not going away. So question to you again is, when will you stop making excuses? When would you realize it's not anyone else's fault, it is your fault? When would you take up, man up, put on your big girl pants, put on your big boy pants if there's such a thing, and face your life head on? A lot of you have been frustrated. It really irritates me when I hear people say, oh, I've actually been in this situation for a few years and I just really don't know what to do. I'm like, you do know what to do. You're only making an excuse. You know that you need to change your financial situation. You probably need to change a job. You need to start that business. You need to write that book. You need to write that course. You need to, there are loads of things. You need to speak to that contact. You need to face it head on. So, again, I ask, when will you stop making excuses? Because what is on the other side of that excuse you're making is the future, is the dream, is the goal, is the vision, is the freedom that you deserve, you desire, and you know you can go for. So stop making that excuse and get it in. My name is Toyin Ayodare. Thank you so much to everyone that's been tuning into the Financial Freedom Now show. It's been amazing. This is short and sharp and sweet, but I want you to get on it. Write down a list of things that have been holding you back and you've been making excuses on, and make sure to share and like this show with as many people as you can. You know that someone in your life that's been making excuses and you know that they need to get on it. Please make sure to share with them. Thank you so much. God bless you all. I'll see you on the next episode.